Welcome viewers, this is Focus on Tourism. Your regular host Emmanuel Frimpong. Today it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day in the sense that we have seen 2026. This is our first edition of Focus on Tourism. And before I introduce our special guest, let me give you my take on tourism. We all know December in GH, which we have seen quite a number of people coming into the country for various reasons. We have Dirty December, where people have their own views about Dirty December, but whatever it is not the dirty that we know. It is D-E-T-T-Y, Dirty December. It is just about having fun, enjoying ourselves. And we saw interesting events taking place. And we have seen that there's a lot that we can do, not just focusing on December. At least we can have events from January all the way to December. So we need to look at how best can we have events right from January to December and not focus too much on just December, which is good, but we have to look at how we can develop the sector in such a way that it does not focus so much on one particular month. Because if something happens within that month and people are unable to travel, what it means is that we've lost revenue for the whole year. So I think we need to look at how best we can structure our sector in such a way that we can actually have people coming in throughout the year. So kudos to the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Art, Ghana Tourism Authority, Ghana Tourism Development Company, and all the event organizers that came together to make Ghana alive in December. So we look forward to having great 2026. We'll be right back after a short break, and then we will start our conversation for Focus on Tourism. Thank you.
Would like to say a big thank you to our sponsors, CH Travel and Tour. With CH Travel and Tour, they offer services like flight ticketing, hotel booking, visa assistance, car rentals, study abroad. You can contact them on 024-306-8558, 024-306-8558, or you can contact them on their landline 030-231-8932, 030-231-8932.
That's quite interesting. That means even airlines can look at the calendar and plan.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you know where the peak periods are in
Right.
terms of Ghana program.
Right.
Excellent.
Right. That's good. So now let's come back to resources and support. Everything that you've done so far, where I sit, these apps, per what we have seen some of the agencies, what they've done, would probably, you are looking at $1.5 to $2 million to develop some of these things. They cost a lot from what we have seen and what we observe. And you put all this together and they need to be pushed. How are you being supported, or what support do you need or want that can push this?
Yeah. You know, in management, it's about resource mobilization.
Yes.
So you have to, anybody who is in a management position, you have to ask yourself, how do you mobilize the resources to execute or to implement a certain task? And as you know, GTDC is Ghana Tourism Development Company, and we are supposed to work with, players to invest in the country. Now, in the past, the assets that we have are JVs, and what we call shareholding in particular, spaces. So it means that we work with institutions that have the resources to invest, and then they give us a percentage. So because we don't have the resources to procure, IT services, we're lucky to have people who say, okay, I have these competences, I can develop this. And then once you listen to the vet and you know that you can work with these guys, then they work with. So luckily for us, the platforms are developed by people who have those competencies. But of course, because of my insight and my relationship with them, I could direct and guide the way I wanted to look like, you know, and then work with them. So on that point, we have been successful. But then in terms of marketing it, you know, because these young people do not have money to market things like that, but they can do with their hands. So obviously we have opportunity to tap into their expertise and get it done. But now it's about how to market it. That's where the support needs, because it's beautiful to build systems, but you need to market the system for its usability to happen. So the usage or the use cases would come when it is properly marketed. In the meantime, we've been successful with social media, throwing it here and there, getting it. But that's not the kind of marketing you need. You need a big scale marketing. That's where the support is needed. I mean, we've approached few institutions, we've sent letters. You know, I'm a very old school person. People say, I feel the use of personality is what actually breaks institution. You know, it has to be formalized. So I believe in write a letter. You know, so that at least there's a trace. You know, there's a continuity. You know, so we've written letters to it. So sometimes people say, oh, but call this person. I say, yeah, it's good. But that brings back to the principle of how do you ensure sustainability, traceability, etc. So before the break, we wrote letters to institutions. I'm going to follow them up. That we need help. So maybe they are CSR, you know, they can help us with these things. But also not only just help but people who want to invest, they can come. I mean, we can speak to the guys and say, okay, somebody wants to invest in this X amount of money. And then, of course, it becomes a joint, you know, what we call project. Why not? There's opportunities for that.
Well, viewers, no doubt about the potential in tourism in Ghana. Huge potential. Absolutely. If you are anywhere in Ghana, in Africa, anywhere in the world that you are looking to invest, this is the right place. Contact GTDC. They will get you the right investment that you can invest in. You need to come, push them, support them, and get them to do what they can do. Look, Africa will be the place to invest. And if you are talking about investing in Africa, you cannot possibly take Ghana out. Ghana is a gateway to Africa. It's the center of the world. So you need to come and support. And of course, corporate Ghana, come on board. Tourism cut across every sector. If you invest in tourism, you are investing in areas that you know that return on your investment is assured. So, Prof, getting to the end of our conversation, I want you to share with us your vision for GTDC in the next couple of years. I don't know how long. I heard you say that you have given yourself 2 years to do what you need to do, and 1 year is almost gone. And so what is your vision for the next few years that if God blesses you and the president keeps you there, which I pray so, and you get resources, what are you going to do? What do you want to achieve? That
I want to see a very vibrant domestic tourism, and that's why Accra by Night, you know, to add spice in the existing tourism bouquets that we have. But not only Accra by Night, obviously we have ideas for the regions. Today I was discussing with one of my guys, in fact my lead developer. There's a guy from, and that's a typical example of what there's a guy from South Africa. He's going to Cape Coast today to see Castle, obviously, to go to the places. Guess what? You get to VIP, there is no bus going there. Obviously, the bus will say, we're going to Takrady, you drop at Cape Coast, right? But you can imagine the chaos at VVIP and then a foreigner coming. You know, if you are local, even look at how the places. So how would it look if we have a scheduled tourism buses to these destinations? So you can say every Wednesday there's a tourism bus that takes off from
here to here.
Accra to Cape Coast to the vantage tourism destinations, all right? So people can plan with that.
Yes.
You see, when we started Accra Bad Night, we said, well, every end of month, Friday. It was deliberate.
Right.
One, to measure the demand, to see how the demand will go, but also to give people expectation of when you can, and also to control cost, etc.
Right.
All right. So if we had the buses, which we're supposed to have, but we don't have, we could serve these places.
Right.
All right. We could serve Kumasi, we could serve Cape Coast, we could serve Secondary Takrady, we could serve whole Water region, we could serve the north, but we don't have it. All right. So for me, it's about domestic tourism.
Okay.
And domestic tourism, I always tell people that, look, domestic tourism is not international tourism. The motivations that make someone leave America or leave England to come to Ghana is not the same as motivation that makes somebody leave Kumasi to Accra or to Takrady. You have to understand the tourism motivations. We have what we call SOR theory, stimulus organism response. If the right stimulus is not given, the organism will not respond. Do you get it? So if we want people to internally move between cities and towns and for tourism purposes, there must be certain, stimulus. And so I want to see a very vibrant domestic tourism, which I know that we have the insight of doing it.
Right.
I want to see sustainable tourism.
Okay.
And that's why I'm big on digitalization,
Right.
because that would generate us the data.
Yeah.
Currently, as I speak, we are building an email client. A lot of people might not understand some of these things, but marketing channels are very important.
Yeah.
It's not always about mass media, but you can use email marketing to generate a lot of leads, right? So I'm building a very comprehensive email client that every Thursday I can send emails to your inbox, although you have to work with regulatory frameworks, all right? Data protection, agency, etc. But you have to put the systems in place, all right? And then when I send you a Blue Botanical Garden email, you can see how beautiful the place is, etc. You click on it and say, I want to go there. Then it takes you to the marketplace. All right. I can send you an email about Asemanso.
Right.
Oh, wow, that's spiritual. All right. You can click on it and then it takes you to the marketplace. These are systems that we are putting in place. I believe that with the right systems, we can change the attitude of domestic tourism or attitude towards domestic tourism. Look, we need to deliberately do certain awareness programs on TV. And so if I have resources or if I can get the access, you're working with televisions and showing people how their attitude of something for the boys, something for the boys is hurting the image of the country at the entry point.
Yeah.
And you see, once I show that on TV, there are some people who will feel guilty. And will start stopping doing those things. But there are hard nuts who will still. But at least if I start doing that, projecting that at entry point Kotoka, there's a tourist coming, and then the person goes, something for the boys. And then, what do you mean by that? And then I show. The agent who is sitting at Kotoka, some of them will be like, hey, Charlie, this thing there, they look good crowd. He will advise himself. All right? Gradually, I will change that habit. If I show on TV, Kosiani Meko, and Nigerian, oh wow, this is beautiful. And then, we say customer service say, this lady wanted to do that. And then that excites people will start learning from that. Attitude not change. You use mass media to do that. Are we doing it? We're not doing it. Can we do it? We can do it. We can change behaviors. If I show you that without domestic tourism, without tourism, you have very little to say in your home. And all that you'll be doing is gossiping. All right? Because if you go on tour with your partner, you have a lot to say. You don't have to be talking about some people in the church. How their shoes look like and all that. You would have a lot more productive conversation because you have visited places and you get to know a lot more things that will expand your worldview, your psychology towards people and places will change.
Yeah.
And will become better people. That's what tourism provides. But because people don't have use cases, there's nothing in our mass media space that is tilted towards attitudinal change towards tourism.
Yeah.
People are not seeing it. I keep saying that we have demonized tourism in this country for a long time ago.
Yeah.
Going to hotel is something, especially for women. All right? Telling people that, oh, this evening I'm not cooking, I just want to go and eat at a restaurant. Hey, when you're home, Papa. All right? And then your in-laws are going to say, see this lazy woman that my son has gone to marry. All that she's thinking about is restaurant food. We have demonized that. We need to demonize tourism spaces. Right. And we can do that with mass media. You see, so for me, I need, with the time and opportunity given to me by the president, to deliberately instigate domestic tourism and sustainable tourism. You know, not to even talk about international. International, it's even easy to do it.
Yeah.
But domestic tourism is a challenge.
Yeah.
And for me, and I will not sit here and boast, look, the blueprint, we have it. We're left with resources.
Wow. This is interesting. I'll give you the final say for you to look into this is your screen to look into it and give you a final statement. But viewers, this has been, for me, it has been enlightening. It has been benefiting to me. I have enjoyed the conversation. I look forward to people coming on board and say, oh, we have some $500,000, some $100,000 or cedis. Okay, let me quote in cedis. We have some 2 million cedis somewhere that we think we can push into what GTDC is doing, because we know we will get our return on our investment. And we employ all Ghanaians, all Africans, diasporans, wherever you are, to look at what GTD is doing. You see, the issue, especially with the Ghana tourism marketplace, is that, look, it's a platform that if we generate the right numbers, that alone is a money-making machine for us. Absolutely. If we get the numbers, we can use it as a blueprint to even get other countries to buy this app, and we can make a lot of money from it. So what we need now, what GTDC needs now, is for investment into what they are doing, to market it, to push it to the level where we need to push it. So we invite everybody to come on board to support them. Prof, your final words.
Yeah, I'm going to be very blunt and perhaps controversial.
That's what we need.
I tell my friends that, look, if you are a government and you tell the citizens that you have 10 million cities and you have 3 sectors or 5 sectors, education, health, roads or energy, and then you have tourism,
right,
and you ask them, how much do you share that 10 million cities budget? And you tell them perhaps you're going to put, out of the 10 million, 4 million cities into tourism. The voters will rise against you.
Yes.
All right. They would skinning you alive and saying, no, health is important. Road is important. Energy. Why are you going to put tourism in Sahel? Why are you going to give in Sahel 4 million? All right. So right from the word go, the tourism sector is on a bad foot because of our appreciation of it. But I'm telling you, in other countries, that's where the big chunk of the budget goes. They get it. And that's what actually brings in the money. A lot of the sectors are actually cost centers. I'm telling you. Education is a cost center. I mean, you can reap the benefits at some point, but not immediate. And it's very important sector, because that's why we are here, all right? The government made the right investment in education. That's why you have a level-headed population. Ghana is civil because we have the right education. Nobody disputes that. But we do not discount the contribution of tourism. And I tell people that, look, in the eyes of most people, tourism is not important, and that's why the budget allocations don't go in our way. But we are not seeing it. Look, should families start embarking on tour, it has a net benefit. All right? Health concerns.
Yeah.
Look, a lot of people are depressed. A lot of people are not in the right places because they don't move beyond their confines. All right? They don't move. There's a reason why sports and all these things are part of human development. Because it makes you sane. Because it improves your perspective. Now, I started traveling at a very early age. So my perspective, and I will not boast that I have very much refined perspective, but at least I know how it refined my person. Do you get it? And I'm telling you, if we can contribute to these young people growing up in schools, tourism packages that can, look, it makes you a self-starter. If you travel at a young age and you're able to navigate your way around, you grow in confidence. Your perspectives of the world change. All right? These are the net benefit that we can get. So for me, we shouldn't see investment in tourism as a waste, or we shouldn't see it as a luxury item. It is very essential, critical as we invest in health, as we invest in energy, as we invest in roads, in all the other sectors. So I'll call on everyone, including us, that see tourism as one of your best places or the best sectors that contribute to comprehensive growth in human life. And I think when we have that understanding, we can start doing tours locally. We can start thinking about investment in tourism and hospitality. We can start changing our attitude towards these things as frivolous, as not important, but an essential part of our livelihood and of our growth. And that was what I say. Now, GTDC is doing a lot. Obviously, a very small entity, so people don't see, but I see our impact on the sector as very, very huge and vital. And given the right support, the right networks, and I know people like you, I mean, CHTV had been at our event most of the time. These right support will put us at the right place. And for me, no matter how many months or years or whatever I spend at GTDC, my focus is structures, systems, processes. That's what I'm concerned about. And I believe that these things will give us sustainable tourism and can help us build our domestic tourism as well as enhance our international appeal.
This is quite interesting, and we want to thank you, Prof, for coming and sharing these insights with us. This will not end here. That's what we do. We focus on tourism, so we are going to continue to push this agenda to make sure that GTDC is well supported, well positioned, and what you've shared with us, we also continue to share and see what we can bring on board to make sure. Because for me, as a tourism person, I think GTDC is well positioned. If it can get the needed support, Ghana will go to places, and from where we are, we will do our best to support you, to encourage you. I know it is not easy. It's not everything that we can look into the camera and say it, but it's not easy. And we will do what we have to do as private people. You are private, but still public and civil. Right. So you cannot say certain things and do certain things, but we have to do it and support you to make sure that we get there. It's for our own benefit. So thank you once again. Thank you for coming. We appreciate your time.
Absolutely. I'll invite you guys to our launch of the GTDC campus. We are setting up a campus branch, so I invite you guys to come in.
We'll be happy to be there.
Thank you. Grateful.
Thank you.